Okay. I just want to talk for a second about paint. The paint that I am using for these is I think it's Craft Smart. Well, I don't think it's Craft Smart. It is Craft Smart. I got it at Michael's. Um, I don't shop at Hobby Lobby. You can question me for the reasons for that, but I won't shop at Hobby Lobby. Um, and this is like their lowest brand. And I want to show you when I talk about um, coats of paint. This one over here, I think this is on its third coat of paint. And I think you can still kind of see it's not, you can still see along here, there's areas, it's still a little wet right there. But you can see that it's not even yet. And however, on the legs, it looks pretty good. I did 2 coats on the legs, and that was pretty good. But you can see really well on the bottom part here. You can see that the pigment, that's the powder that they put into the paint that makes it red. It doesn't have a lot of pigment. That's what you get when you buy a paint brand that is of lesser quality. Also, lesser quality also means lower price. I know that I'm going to be ordering some new paints, and I know I'm going to go with the plaid paints. Their folk art line I really like a lot for inexpensive paints. I'm showing you this because this is 3 coats on the white, and it's still not quite where I want it to be. And this is 1 coat, because you can really see how it's not covering things nearly as well as I would like. But this is 1 coat on the wood, which is not bad. So if you're going to be doing this project, please note that when you are buying your paint, that if you are really attached to a specific color, and these small brands like this, these small like little 2 fluid ounce bottles are great for projects like this. If you want specifically a color, they're great for going into the aisle and you can find the color that you want. I suggest that if you are able, instead of getting the 99-cent, get the $1.99, version of this. Any acrylic paint will work. Heck, even if you had house paint at home, I would add a little water to it, and do some testing on some of the materials. It'll work fine on the wood, I'm sure. But do a test to see what's going to be accepted, because you may, if you're doing the cheaper brands, and I say this because this is basically a dollar store kind of project. You can get everything you need to make this at the dollar store, including the paint. They don't sell this kind at the dollar store. However, that being said, I know that at my local dollar store, they do sell acrylic paint, sometimes in the tubes, sometimes in little bottles like this. Know that if you go with a more inexpensive, i.e. less pigmented paint, less of the color in it, you're going to do more coats of the color. And I know that seems like a very picky thing for me to do a video on. However, I do this because I am not only an artist, but I am a trained art teacher. And there are parts of me that feel as though you need to be completely informed about what you're going to be buying and what you're in for with a project. For me, with my level of experience with materials and experience in doing different sorts of artistic things, the papers, the paints, knives and wood and all kinds of different things, I can make educated choices, not educated, efficacious choices. If I can use my efficacy, I know where I can skimp and where I can not skimp. For reasons of money right now, this is the paint that I can afford. So this is the paint I'll go with. I know it's going to take probably another coat and a half on these two pieces to get them to the color that I want them. But just so you are completely informed, and you may have a car and a Michael's down the street, or a Hobby Lobby if you shop there. Go for something that's a little bit more expensive. Don't go for like the really expensive paint that's used in like acrylic painting, like an art paint kind of thing that comes in the tube. Stick with something more like this, but go with a little higher quality. You can get all the supplies for this for, under $5. Well, under $7. So then you can spend a little bit more on the paint if you want to. So that is just so you know, just so you're informed, because I want to make sure everyone understands what I'm talking about. Because when you see examples of my work, I don't want you to feel as though your work is somehow less than because of the materials you were able to afford or source for your project. So that's all I'm going to do talking about paint. I'm going to finish painting these two and get the sealant on them, so then I can show you a couple of different methods for putting the little back cushions and the seat cushions on your chair. So I will see you in the next video.